Moment. I think I shared the wrong screen. Presenting.
So that isn't listening only happens when you've not published.
Can you see it now?
No, you cannot see it.
Really?
All right. Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah, it's up now. Okay. So copy this. And Amarachi, you did something that is very, very impressive here. You activated error management for the form node, which is very impressive. How did you get that inspiration?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You didn't even know what you did, yeah? Now, everybody look at Amarachi's on form submission. You'll see something that is like this at the top. Yeah, yes, something like that. Okay, yeah, that is one error management way. But now you made your own to always output data. So it means that even when there is an error, it will use that error notification to output. It will use the error message to continue running the workflow. All right, but then when we get to error workflow or error management, we are going to treat that. Okay, so open your on form submission. Open it. Click on production URL. Copy that one. Just click on it. Click on that URL there. Click on that URL. Yeah, just click. Yeah, that's copied. Then yeah, go to another tab. Paste it and enter. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Since you published, you have to use production URL. You're not using test URL again.
Okay. All right.
All right. And then everybody look at this. Open your workflow again. Open your workflow again. Yeah. Now, this workflow, right? This workflow, you guys should look closely.
Am I the only person who can't see the screen?
Probably you are. Your village people love you so much this evening. Now, can you guys see her screen? Every other person, can you see her screen? You can zoom into her screen. I'm about to show you something. Zoom into her screen. You guys should zoom in her screen. Zoom in her screen. I'm actually don't bother about zooming your screen. If you're using a touch screen one, you can pinch it and zoom. If you're not using touch screen one, you can see hover your mouse on the screen, you will see a zoom button down by your bottom right.
Yeah, I've done it. Thank you.
Yeah, you click it to zoom. Now, Amarachi here. Click on test URL. Click on test URL. Test URL. Okay. Now, hover your mouse. You see amarana.app, right? Follow me as I'm talking. amarana.app.n8n. .cloud/form-test. Stop here. -test. That's what I need everybody to see. Now, if you copy this URL, this is a test URL, you see that it has -test. What that means is that you will always need to click on execute step before it will list it. It is just a test URL. So if you do not execute step, it will not fill. So if you copied this particular one that has -test, that is one that will be telling you form is not listening, even if you publish. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now click on the production URL. Now you see that what is there is only /form. amarana.app.n8n.cloud/form. There is no -test.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
There is no -test here now. Okay, so it means that this is the actual production URL. Now, what does production URL mean? Is when production URL means when you've published, okay, anywhere you want to use this form. You can host this form on your website. You can host it on anywhere you want. You can embed it into your website. You can embed it into any place. And is going to be this URL that you will use to embed. All right, so you must copy your production URL, then you go and publish. Do you understand? So Published workflows only work with production URL. Published workflows only work with, please let us rhyme this place as our normal nursery school, right? Please say after me, published workflows only work with production URL. Say after me.
Published
workflows
only works with
only work
production
production.
URL.
Again.
Published workflow only works with production URL.
I don't teach big men and big women. No. I only teach nursery school people. If you cannot rhyme, you better drop out of school. All right. And so that's the thing, right? So published workflows only work with production URL. Now your test URL only works when you're executing step, that you have to click execute step. Then you go and load it. Then it will work. All right. So now let's check that particular workflow you used, that particular link. Go to that link you opened earlier. I think it should be the left one. No, the left one. The left. No, the other one. The other one.
No, this one is just
Yes. Okay. So where is that URL you opened then that said not?
Okay, the trigger.
No, the one that you opened that said not listening.
Okay, let me bring it in.
Okay, good. Open open it. Now you will see that inside that URL. No, check up. Inside the URL. Inside the URL, you will see form-test. Are you seeing it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, form-test, which means it is test URL, so it cannot work. Do you understand?
Yes.
It cannot work, so that is it. Okay.
All right. Thank you. And
So I have a question.
I have one more question. Michael, calm down.
Okay.
All right. So now, say I want to present this to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe put it in my CV. How do I present it?
You want to present what?
Say I want to present this thing to someone as something I did, maybe in my CV or anywhere. Is it the link that I give? How do I put out the form? How do I put out the workflow and all that?
Okay. So how do I answer this? How do you actually say your works in your CV? But then these are things you bring up another job being, right? To say you are an automation specialist, you have done this, done that, done this. Do you understand? Let's say we are going to explore that later on, but for now, let's focus on
okay.
On what we have to do today, right? So that we don't. Now, question on the fly, we have to do our 5 minutes this thing today. Okay. Fevik Titi, then after you, the next person.
So I have a question.
Okay, Michael, go ahead.
Yeah, please. When you are doing the form, when you are filling in the form and you made a mistake,
Mm-hmm.
You realize that you made a mistake. How can you edit this? Do you have to do it all over again, or you have a way of editing it when you make a typo error?
When you are building the form or when you are filling the form, there are two different things. Which one? Michael, is it when you are building the form or when you are filling the form?
When you are building the form.
Mm-hmm. And you made a mistake.
Maybe you made a typo error, or you omitted some word or a letter. Then you want to go back and maybe make the changes. You have to set everything again in the form, or
you have to go back to build the form. Now that's why you're an automation engineer. You have to go back to the form, build it, correct what you did, and execute it and fill it afresh.
Come again.
If you make a mistake while building your form, okay, do you remember when I was building this form and I made a mistake? I skipped budgets. I had to go back to the form and I added budgets. Do you remember?
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yes.
if you're building a form and you skipped something or you made a mistake, you have to go back. Now, as an automation engineer, you have all the time to do your corrections. Your clients or your customers do not have the time to correct your errors. You that is building the form, you have all the time to make all your corrections and make it worth working. Do you understand? All right. Hold on, Nancy. Fevik Titi, please do fast. Let's start for the day. Yeah, Fevik Titi, go ahead. Okay, Fevik Titi is not responding. Nancy Usochukwu.
Sir, please, I wanted to ask a question. I got stuck on the assignment from the I don't know. Let me just share my screen. So, do I need to save the sheets? Because I can't find the sheet on. Let me just go to my workflow. This is where I got
Nancy.
stuck. So if I open it, so you see my screen, sir?
I can see your screen, but Nancy, I want to ask you.
Yes, sir.
You had a challenge. The group was bubbling with people's questions, and we were answering. I even had video session with 2 persons yesterday. You should have brought things like this to the group so that we will help you to understand, because what you want to, yeah, but then don't worry, you're going to pay your 1,000 naira for not meeting up, and where your stock is what you would have handled. Thank you very much. And those that received the email, the email I sent to you was that, okay, Nancy, you've done IFU. That means you pay 500.
It's for me. It's for me. It's for me, please.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. No problem. Nancy, that your question, I'm going to treat while doing something today, I'm going to bring it in. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Yeah, Fevik Titi.
Okay. Oh, sorry, please. Actually, I didn't know that the assignment was 2. So until past 2, when you told me that it was 2, so I have to rush to do the second one. So my question now is, the one I built, I noticed, if you can see my screen, the second Excel is not, if I execute, is not really giving me output. But it is successful.
All right, leave it. I'm going to do if node and filter node today.
Okay.
Right. I gave you people this if so that you can go and explore, have that headache, so that when we come today, it will be easier for you to understand. All right. And that is how my class goes. I'll give you something to do, I'll give you a headache. I need to press your next. I'm right here for go ahead.
Please, don't fuck up. I don't know. Let me share my screen one more time. I don't know what I did, and I found that I've deleted my form in one of the workflows. This one. I don't know what happened. I'm sure there is a way to go back to the previous versions, right?
Okay, do Control Z. Use Control Z. Do Control Z.
Yes.
Z.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Okay.
Like I published it, or I think I published it. Yeah.
Click on you published it. Click on that brush sign at the bottom left.
Yeah.
Yes. Click on it. Let me see. Okay. So you're going to add your form afresh, but you have published, so it's using the former one. It's using the correct one before you published. Until you publish this one. So what published is that version that was complete. That's what people will be feeling. Do you understand? But then, if you add another form, you need to unpublish that one, like now, then add another form, build it afresh, and publish again, so that you get production URL.
So is there no way to get the previous one? Are you serious?
If it were to be the former version.
Yeah, the former version.
Yeah, click on that by the right hand of the publish. Let me see if we can get it from it. No, right hand side, right hand. That small zero. Yeah. Click on it. Let's see. Yes. Click on the version that was published here. Yeah. Click on the three dots. The three dots
here
by the right hand side of it. Yeah. Let's see that. Restore version. Restore the version. Restore versions. Which means okay. Come down again. The version, restore that one. Let's see. Which means you unpublished this thing, you deleted this thing. So okay, drop that one down, drop it down, drop that one. It's not dropping. Oh, okay. They want you to upgrade. Yeah.
Well, it's not difficult now. She should do another one. Use our
but what if I'm not doing something serious and I have to reduce?
So that is why you have to be careful.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's why you have to be careful. That God you're shouting now, he's not coming to save you in this.
All right, thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's go today. So you people did your assignments. I got 23 submissions. For those of you that did not submit, use my phone number, send it to OP. All right, for those of you that submitted, God is going to keep making you to submit. And I'm actually sad that majority submitted, but it's not supposed to be so. Majority, yes, I'm glad that majority submitted in the sense that yes, you people did the work, the actual work. But I'm sad because it's supposed to, see when it's first year, now have to shorten. And that's not nice now. Nancy, please, for those of you that did not submit, use my OP. Class rep, use your sweet voice and sweet talk them.
Okay, my boss.
All right, so you can see 24 now. What was that?
I think he restored though.
Okay, restored. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Okay, so if it's restored, test it. If it works well, then you publish it. You publish it, let it be the current version that is published. So, okay, so here we have done switch. Now, the switch that we did, all right, take it like this is your scoring logic. Hold on. Sorry. I'm coming. I don't know why this thing is playing. Okay. So the switch that we did and the if, right? Those are logic. Right? Those are your logic, and you're going to use your logic a lot. In fact, your workflow a lot of time depends on your logical thinking. Do you understand? And we've done that. That is where I always start from, to make you think far, to make you, and trust me, all those headache you had, all those frustrations you had, all right? Some of you did not even have frustration. People like Stitchy Stylo, I don't think you had headache. People like Idote, I don't think you had headache. People like what's your name? The person that's supposed to teach us Upwork. You sent me screenshots. What? I've forgotten your name. You do not have. Sorry?
Funny on screen, Emmanuel. My name on group is Funny on screen.
Yes. So I don't think you had headache. And I am not happy that you did not have headache. It was very easy for you. I'm not a sadist, right? But I'm not happy you did not have headache because you're supposed to have some headache. But don't worry. Now, for people like that, it was very easy for them. I don't know the kind of magic they did. All right? But it's very, very impressive that you guys did it very well. However, I've not seen everybody's workflow, your scoring logic and all that. But then since you've done your switch and you've done your if, you see something significant as difference. Let me bring that if node and I'll start explaining from the if node. Look at if here, right? This is your if here. This item here does not exist in your switch, right? It doesn't exist in your switch. And this is how your if works. This is how your if works. Your if is supposed to be a question asked. Treat your if as if it is a question asked. Nancy Uchechukwu, are you here?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, unmute your mic. I'll ask you something.
Okay, sir.
Is Nancy a man? Is Nancy a man?
No.
Okay, which means you're going through where?
Yes, the second.
Yes, which means Nancy is going through false.
False.
If Nancy is a man, now this is more like this is a question. If Nancy is a man, which means it is going through this one. Do you understand? That is how you treat your if. Yes or no. However, there are other things in if that does not exist in what? Switch. Okay, let me start building something now. The feedback, let me do a survey something, right? Let me do a survey form, all right? Or should I use that same feedback form? Now, I need a system where I will use 2 or 3 conditions inside the if, right? So let me do a survey form, all right? So let's do survey form.
Why don't we just start with basic one, like yes or no, and then we take it from there?
Yes or no, yeah? All right, okay.
Yeah.
No, okay, no problem. So let me do the feedback one I gave as assignment, right? So let's do that one. That one is very basic.
Sir,
So
please, I'm raising hand though. I want to say something.
You know, I cannot see your screen. And okay, I will just take your question, but after now, you have to wait. All questions have to wait till I am done explaining. All right, then I will have to open a time for questions. Everybody will ask questions. But go ahead and ask for now.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Sir, please, is concerning that if node, the way you say is supposed to be a question.
Mm-hmm.
You say it's supposed to be a question, the if node.
Take it like your question asked.
So
yes
me,
or no question.
Yes, on my own assignment, I did it like, I'm a businessman. I used as if I divided it like high bars and lower bars. I renamed it that. So anybody that wanted home theater system that is of high bars should go to true. Anybody that wanted the 3.1 lower bars home theaters should go to false.
Okay, now it is still a question asked. All right. Do you want high bars? Yes, go to true. Do you want high bars? No, go to false.
Okay.
Do you understand? It's still that same question asked. So I'm saying it is to people feeling it is not a question to them, but to you building it, treat it like your question asked, a yes or no question. Do you understand?
Okay.
So
yes, sir.
let's go here. So here, let me start with the feedback form and say feedback form for Ultima Spark. I think I'm going to use this form now to collect you people's feedback on my mode of teaching. Generally, are people satisfied with my mode of teaching, or is there a place I need to improve? Are you satisfied? Please, let me see what someone types. Okay, so only one person said yes. So only one person is satisfied. Yeah? No,
We are putting up thumbs up, sir. We are putting up thumbs up.
Okay. So here, form, I'll say, now, the form description, just like I explained in the last class, right? So this form description, I'll still say, please tell us how you feel about our service delivery, right? Then the form element I want to pick from here, I want to take your name, your email address. Now, remember, I need you to know this. Have this in your mind always, that the essence of your business interacting with the outside world is, or any person's business, whether it is your employer, whether it is your own personal business, or your clients, freelance clients, or wherever, right? The essence of them employing you is because they want their business to interact with the outside world, right? And one of the key things you have to make sure they get is user data. That user data they will be using, you see that most times you just go and casually fill a form somewhere, but in the next 2 years, you'll be receiving newsletter from those people. Because they just want to catch your details so that they will be nurturing you, putting their services in your mind. Maybe one day you decide to patronize. So you should always, depending on the area, but we in Nigeria, we value number more, but then email and number, right? There are people, the area that they will value email more, right? So depending on the area the person is, or depending on the person's requirement, sometimes you get a client that you will have to advise, all right? Or a client might tell you, I need you to build a lead system for me. But after building that lead system, you find out that the client now wants you to build more systems, and you'll now be the one to now be giving your client more professional advice on, okay, let's do it this way, don't do it this way, right? So situations like that would come. Okay, so now I need to capture name, very important. Name is a text input. Then the add attribute, I always like placeholder, which is please enter your full name. All right, and another attribute I'll add is required field. Please, if I'm too fast, tell me. Just unmute your mic if I'm too fast. Tell me.
So you are too fast. You are too fast. I'm trying to catch you.
Okay. Let me delete. And start slow. Now, form elements, the things I need to capture from the person, that the person has to see. Number one is name, so I will add form element. Remember that this form element I am adding here, there are times you will be required to use other form systems. So don't say because you were taught with N8N form, you will not be able to use Google form. If your client might want you to use Jot form, your client might want you to use type form. Do you understand? Form system is form system. All right. So I'm not going to teach you how to use all the form systems, right? But just use one to adapt to the other. But here in this class, we are going to explore type form, right? And when that time comes, I'll tell you. I think I've told you guys already to register on type form. And so you will register on type form. Then when the time comes, you will use type form. All right. So here, I'm going to capture the person's name. Okay, element type of name is text inputs. And the placeholder, I need the placeholder to be, please, I hope I'm slow now, please enter your full name. And the required field, I will turn it on. The other class, I demonstrated to you the essence of turning the required field on. It is not in all classes, I will keep demonstrating the same thing to you. All right, so it will start getting to points where I will be faster, because I already assume that you should have practiced those levels. It's just like you're playing game, level 1, you pass level 1. Level 2, you pass level 2. You will not be expecting to start seeing level 1 again. You are growing from level to level. So it's not every time I'm going to be explaining the same things to you, because I already assume that you should be practicing. And which is why it is very important for any class we pass, practice it, do your assignment. It will take you to the next level. Do you understand? So another thing I have to add another form element, and I need to pick the person's email. All right, I'll say email address. Okay, now element type. I'm not taking text input. Excuse me. I'm not taking text input again. The reason I'm not taking text input is because some people can write anything and it will flow as email. Let me show you an instance. I've done this before, but let me show you. If I choose text input under email, now see this. See this. If I write Eze at G, you can see that it will be able to submit. All right, it will be able to submit. This email will be able to submit, right? Look at it. But this is not an email. Why it is accepting this, because even if I remove this at, I just wrote rubbish here, right? It is accepting it because I did not select the correct type. Look at it. This is not an email. This is trash. This is nonsense. All right. So, which will make me email type. Don't use text input. Choose email. Now, if I choose email now, look at what is going to happen. I have chosen email, right? If I type nonsense, can you see? It's telling me enter a valid email address. So that is why your element type is very important, to choose the accurate element type in any form system. All right? In any form system, okay? There are times where you have to work with unguided data, all right? And that unguided data, we'll have to do data cleaning, data transformation, which is the key lesson we are doing today. So after this one, we'll go into that, all right? So here, add attributes. I'll add the attributes and put placeholder and say, please enter your reachable email address. Another mistake you guys will be making is to always build verbatim. Yes, you can use what I built to practice to do the assignment, but when you are done doing the assignment, build something different. Try to do something different, right? Another thing I need, let's say this is for Nigeria, my academy is in Nigeria. So another thing I need is a phone number, right? Now, elements type. Let's look at another importance of elements type. Let me execute so you see. This is another importance of element type. Now, this is phone number, and it's there as text input. Imagine I write alphabet. It has entered, and I can submit this form, all right? But if I come here and choose my elements type to be number, if I go and type nonsense, it will not accept. Now, look at what happens. I am typing. Can you hear my keyboard? I am typing, it is not going. I am typing, it's not going until I do what? I type number. That's when it will enter. Do you understand? That is another importance of element type. You have to choose the correct element type, right? Other things I have to add are my attributes. So what are these attributes? Like placeholder to tell the person what I need and the required field to make it very important to submit. Placeholder is please enter your correct phone number, right? All right, phone number. Okay, then I'll add another form element, right? Where I will now have to ask, are you satisfied or you're not satisfied? Do you understand? Then I'll now ask here, are you satisfied with our mode or with our mode of delivery or with our classes? This is our classes. Okay. And here is going to be, I used drop down the other time, but now let me use checkbox. Let me use checkbox to show you that you can also use checkbox. Let me use checkbox. And now when I use this checkbox, all right, you see that I can limit you to choosing. If you have a question, please hold on. I can limit you to choosing certain number of things, all right? But however, this is not a best time to use a checkbox, because checkbox is mostly when you have more than one thing, all right? Let's look something that you're going to use checkbox for next time. But let's use, the best thing to use here is drop down, right? But let me use drop down again so that it's you will not get confused on this. Okay? So drop down, I'm going to use drop down. I use drop down. All right. And the option I'm going to use here is 1, satisfied or not satisfied. I'm doing that exactly your assignments now, right? And I'm going to add, sorry, not add option. Option 1 is satisfied, question mark, not satisfied. Because this is a question, right? And I'm going to add attributes and put a require here. Okay. Then another attribute I can add is more details. This side is optional. All right, more details. You can choose to collect more details from the person. Now, more detail instead of text inputs. Instead of text inputs, I will use text area, because text area is big, right? The person can type, even if you want to type a paragraph, even if you want to type 2-page documents, you understand, you can use text area. So I'm going to use text area. Look at it here. Text area, okay? Then this text area is going to be, should I make it mandatory or anyone you want, right? I can put placeholder and say, please give us more details about how you feel. Okay. Then attributes. Okay, let me make it a required field for now. All right. Or no, let me not make it required field. Let me not make it required field. All right. Then things I'm going to add here, I saw on some people's own, you did not turn off your N8N attribution, which is wrong. Turn off your N8N attribution by adding option. All right, let me delete it and add it again. Let me delete it. Your N8N attribution, look at it here. This thing that writes under the form. This thing that writes under the form automated with N8N. Turn it off. Now, this is text area. You can see text area how it is. Text area allows you to type plenty things you want to type. You can see this is text area. All right, you can see the difference now. Yeah. Okay, so let me stop this, and then I'm going to turn off that N8N attribution. I'll turn it off. Secondly, I will change my button label to let me say submit feedback. Feedback, right? Then there is something here I did not show you guys that day. Now let me show you. So far now, when you submit your form, you will just say form submitted, right? That is what you will see, right? I can choose to change that thing that shows. Choose my time zone. Custom form styling. Now, custom form styling, if you choose custom form styling, all right, this is more like you changing the appearance of your form. Let me use custom form styling, but I'm going to just use AI to change the color, right? These are the extra things I want to add here. So you see, right? Now, use workflow time zone. If you want to use workflow time zone, that is where I am. It will use my own time zone, right? Now, if I use if you use ignore bots, this ignore bot here, what does it mean? Ignore bot means that all those web crawlers on the internet, if you don't want them to detect your form, maybe on your website, if you do not want them to detect your form, you turn on ignore bots. Do you understand? You turn it on, right? Then form response. Form response is, remember that when you filled my form, when you registered for this class, you filled my form, all right? After you filled the form, it told you form, like you got a response, then it directed you to a link, okay? Now, this is what happens here. Form response, do you want it to respond with texts? Do you want it to, for instance, if you want it to respond with text to say your response has been recorded, it's fine. Or you can say, thank you for letting us know your feedback. Do you understand? This is where you change what the person says. Now, if you have a link that when the person fills it, just like my own, I put a link that immediately you fill that form, it will direct you to the WhatsApp announcements. And funny enough, there are still some persons here that did not join that WhatsApp link. They still come to DM and ask me, you did not check your email, you did not join the WhatsApp link, you're coming to DM to ask me about the announcement group. And that announcement group, I added it in that form so that it will be automated. So that even if you do not join the discussion group, you must join the announcement group. That was how I did that form. But still, there are people who will not join the announcement group that the form directed them automatically. Do you understand? And they did not check their email to check other things inside their email, right? But then that is not an issue. But if you have a link where you want your form to be redirecting people to, you add it here, redirect URL. So you click on respond with, instead of text, you click on respond with, you put URL. Now this URL, you paste that URL here, where you want them to, after filling the form, where you want them to go, right? You paste it and it takes them down there. Do you understand? It's as easy as that, all right? But here, let me just change it to thank you for taking your time to fill the Ultima Spark feedback form. Do you understand? Ultima Spark feedback form. Yeah. Okay. Then one thing I said I was going to show you is custom form styling. Custom form styling opens this CSS page for you, right? Then let me now show you. Now, I want to change how this form appears. My form that you fill, you see that it showed green. The color was green, and you see my name at the bottom, right? If I execute this form, okay, look at how it appears. Now I want to change this form. I want to change this form, right, to appear another way. Now, this is how you use, I'm going to show you how you use your workflow to generate code on AI. Do you understand? Now, I'm going to add ChatGPT. I'm going to open ChatGPT. Yeah. All right. Then, this place I'm showing you is just an extra thing for those of you who want to do it. But if you don't want to do it, it's fine, right? I will copy this node. Since I want to do that particular action inside that node, I will copy this node. Copy it, right? I will copy this, Control C. I normally use Control C. I will copy Control C. And I will go to ChatGPT or Grok or anywhere. I will tell it to change the background color of the form to green, let me say to deep green, and add copyright Ultima Spark 2026 at the bottom, right? Then I would put that that thing I have copied, all right?
The green is not spelled correctly.
Okay, to green, yeah, to green, yeah, to green. I'll put it. Then I can tell it that make the code ready to copy. All right. Then you say original code. Now I'm doing this as an extra layer, original code. Do you understand? Original code. I will go inside there, copy that code so that to understand the code I want it to change. Do you understand? I'm pasting the workflow there so that to understand it is N8N and it will know the structure. Now this is the original code there. Then I will come here and say workflow. Okay, I'll say N8N workflow. Now let's see. Sometimes your AI can give you something wrong, but what do? You reiterate. So I say that it has understood. But if you just go and tell it, copy that code and give it and just tell it to change this, it can give you extra things that you don't need. But sometimes it's also can give you wrong things, which now I'll have to now delete the entire code and paste this one. Then I will execute and let us see if it produces it. You can see, and it has added Ultima Spark 2026. Do you understand? It has changed this, but it hid this here. All right, it hid this, and then I can tell it that this is your iteration. I can tell it that the words are hidden. Change text color to deep blue. I change text color to deep blue. Something like that. Let's see. All right, so it's understood. Your issue is contrast card and blah, 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 blah. I don't want to know. Just give me what I want. Sometimes it can be, you have to do it again until you get what you want, right? For those who are good at coding, you will know how to do this better. But for those of us who are not good at coding, right? You can always use your AI to, look at it. Everything has appeared, right? You can always use your AI to change all of them. Are we good? There was no rocket science. Did I write code? No, I just wrote AI, and I've told you how to. Now I've shown you how to use your AI to generate code. Don't just tell it write so thing for N8N. It's probably going to give you the wrong thing. Fact, it's probably going to give you the wrong thing. All right. So I'm now going to fill this form, but then look at everything, how this form has transformed. All right, how it has transformed, and I'm going to put. Let me say the video. All right, email address, phone number. Now, are you satisfied with our classes? Satisfied? Oh, sorry. Are you satisfied? Question mark. I'm not supposed to put this question mark. It's supposed to be satisfied, not satisfied. Then the more details, I do not make it required field. I can leave it empty, or I will say, I am pleased. I'm pleased with the way the head tutor takes his time to teach and teach, demonstrate, and encourage the students. She understands the student. And I submit. So I see that thing I wrote. Thank you for taking your time to fill the Optima Spark feedback form. It has changed. Do you understand? That is that part where I added it here. Now, if I wanted it to go to a URL, I would have added a URL so that once I fill, it will immediately go into that URL. Open another link, right? Now, good. This is the thing we need. Are you satisfied? And all this here? Okay, good. I will pin the data. Remember, when you pin, it turns purple. When you unpin, it turns white. We rhyme this on Sunday, right? When you pin, it turns purple. When you unpin, it turns white. Please don't get your head confused with this code here. Nothing concerning with the code, right? Good. Then another thing I'm going to add is the edit field. The edit field, which you already know the function. Now, the function of this edit field is very, very important, right? The edit field helps you standardize and give value or identities to those incoming data. And what are those incoming data? Your name, the email, all those things, right? It gives, I think I've had an incident where someone mapped directly from the form and it was telling the person, it was giving the person error, right? But sometimes it tries to swap or switch or shuffle the incoming data, right? But when you use your edit field, it has to pass through there and it's standardized. Do you understand? So I'll use the edit field here. I'll use the edit field, right? Now, what do we have to do? We map. So I drag and drop. I drag again. This is not strange to you. I drag and drop. I drag again and drop. Are you satisfied with our classes? I drag and drop. More details, I drag and drop. Now, since we have already started this class, this is not the first time. There is something you will notice here. There is something you will notice. This date and time is not, it's not right. Number one, it is not in my right time zone. That is number one. Number two, it is okay. Well, what's the time here? This is given West African time, which is +1, and I think I am +2, right? And it is not in my right time zone, number one. And the structure and that is the standard is not correct. So what do I do? How do you correct this to appear better? This is very important. How do you correct it to appear better so that it doesn't appear like this? T19, you want it to appear like a normal time. So how do you do it? I will map this submitted at here, change it to timestamp. I normally use timestamp. I will change it to timestamp, right? Since we have already started using AI, let me now show you how to use AI to do this too. Then I will copy this, copy it. Don't assume, oh, copy it so that the AI will understand the source. I will copy it. Take now, since this here already knows that we are working on N8N, all right? Then I'll now tell it to change this time zone to Lagos time zone. All right, then I'll tell it the way I want it to write the thing, right? Day, month, year. All right, then hour, minutes, seconds. Then I will paste. I'll paste this. Do you understand? I'll paste it. It will rewrite it. It is very key that it should understand the source. Look at the source here. It is very key, and you see that it would understand. Look at it here. It has understood the source to be here. All right, then I will copy it and go there. Now look at how it appeared. Look at how it appeared. Look at how it appeared. very rough, right? By the time I'll paste this, it will appear better. You can see it has appeared 25th 03 2026 20. Now it is now the correct time zone and time, appearing very clean. Do you understand? This is where your edit field, things that your edit field can do. Where did it pick that thing from? Why it is important that you go and paste it? Look at this submitted ads. It understands that this submitted art was coming from here. Do you understand? So anything now coming from that submitted art, it will transform it. All right. If you can't do this part for now, just skip it. Do you understand? Just skip it and let's. Now, when I do here, you see that the time zone has changed to a clean time compared to how it came. Look at how it came, but look at how it's now showing. Is God not wonderful? All right. Then I proceed. Then I will now have to go to the if node. This if node, I'll have a couple of explanations to give here. This if node, look at a couple of explanations I'll give to you here, right? I want to use satisfied or not satisfied to give my routing logic or to do my logic. So like I said, understand that this is a question. So I will now come here and rename it to satisfied. You understand? So that it can serve as a question. True. So that when anybody sees it, the person will know that, oh, for people that are satisfied, they're actually going up, and people that are not satisfied, they are going down. Do you understand? Then here, I will now map it. How am I mapping it? Very, very key. On Sunday, we used budget, but today we are going to use text. Budget versus text. So when you are using text, you must make sure it is word to word, letter to letter. Do you understand? Sometimes when it is not word to word and letter to letter, you can use convert types here. You can use convert types to convert it. All right. Now, I will show you an instance where it will flow well and it will not flow well because of simple maybe capital letter that changed. I'll show you an instance right now. So since I'm using satisfied, I use satisfied with our service. Please, if you're raising your hand, I can't see you for now. Like I said, I'll have to explain to a point before I will answer all questions. Do you understand? Now I am mapping with, are you satisfied? Do you understand? That is what I am mapping with. Okay. Then the value. Now, text, I'm not going to use text is equal to. Since I want it to be an exact word, I will use text is equal to. Now, I will map it word to word, letter to letter. That is what I mean. So anywhere capital letter is, I'll put capital letter. Anywhere question mark is, so I'll use satisfied exactly the way it is here. Is the way it's going to appear here. Now, if I execute this, see what's going to happen. Where did it pass through? Unmute your mic. Where did it pass through?
It passed through the true.
Oh.
Okay, it went through the true, right? But now, see where I say it is very important to use word to word, letter to letter. If I turn this to small letter, let's see where it will pass through. Through where? False branch. It has passed through the first branch just because of only letter I changed. Do you understand? So when you're using your text, when you're not using when you're not using number, that is figure, to route your logic, make sure your text is word to word, letter to letter. Or depending on what you want. Sometimes you can use letter contains, you can use contains. Contains, you can use equal to, you can use does not contain, depending on what you want it to use, right? So let me turn it to capital letter, and you see that it will go back to true branch. Look at it. It has gone back to true branch just because of capital letter. So if you have satisfied coming and you mistakenly wrote another thing, you're not careful enough. That is where that is one of the other reasons I told you that. As being an automation engineer, you need to learn how to read and write, understand, and be patient. Patience, very, very key. Patience. Now, here, if I was in a haste or impatient and I would remove this question mark, or I remove capital letter S, I wrote with capital letter S and I'm writing with small letter s, it is going to make it to score it wrongly. Just only because of that, it is scoring it wrongly, right? But then you can use convert types. Let me use here and turn on. Now see, I've turned it to small letter, right? It has gone through the first branch. But if I turn on convert types, sometimes it will correct it, sometimes it will not correct it. But now it did not correct. Look at it. It still did not correct it. But there are situations where it is corrected, where it will correct it. So convert types, when required or where required, does not translate to correction. So you must use word to word, letter to letter. You guys understand what I now mean by word to word, letter to letter, right? Because a simple change in capital letter versus small letter can score all your logic wrongly when you're using text. All right, now look at it. Then let me go ahead and explain this to you. I know you see things like and, add condition here. Now, when you add condition, this is and this is, excuse me, this is and this is or. Oh, okay. What do this mean? What do this mean? This means that, let me use my normal, you know, I like using bank to give my instances. Let me say class rep and Nancy, Jane Uchechubu went to the bank. All right. And when they got to the bank, the security man, being this if, the instruction given to the security man is allow Jane and learning time to pass through together. Do you understand? What it means is, if only Jane comes, they will not pass through that side. Do you understand? They will only be true. They will only be true or qualified when both of them come together. Do you understand? So if I come here and say, and probably I have something else, another thing I'm qualifying with. There is another thing I am qualifying with. Now, when you're building that workflow, the form will be different. So there is another thing I am qualifying with, right? Or, okay, yes, for instance, let's say I want to use I want to use email address to say email address is not empty. Email address is not empty. All right, not empty. Is not empty. Do you understand? And I execute. It will go through the branch. Okay, but immediately I say email address is empty. Is empty. That will mean the person did not fill email address. Now, see what is going to happen. It will qualify it as false. So, what this simply means here now is that for it to qualify it as true, email address must be empty and satisfied must come as satisfied question mark. If any of them is missing, it will go to the false branch. Do you understand? That means both of them, these two parameters must, not maybe, not all, they must come together. They must happen together, all right? Then if I come here and say or means that one of them have to happen, just one have to happen. Do you understand? So if I say since I'm using or here now, okay, satisfied is satisfied or email address is empty. It means that either the email address is empty or the person is satisfied. Any of them can work. And if I hit on execute, you see that it has come to the true branch. So or basically picks one parameter, one condition, but the AND picks the 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 conditions that you fixed. So all the conditions you put must come together. That is what the AND does. But the OR just picks one of them and flow. So if any of them happens, it should go through to the true branch. All right. Why the AND means that all of them have to happen for it to go to the true branch. All right. So let me remove this because I don't need it here. Okay. Do we all understand it now? I can take questions at this point. Right? Barnabas, let me hear your question.
Okay, yeah. Good evening. My first question is, okay, let me just ask this one. I think it's the one that is more recent. I actually, I'm trying to follow you up. I actually did the same thing. I put on the satisfied. I actually copied and pasted so that it will like I don't misspell like the way you just explained, but it's still taking mine to the false. I don't know why. I'm still trying to check if I did something wrong.
Do you have an added condition to it?
No, I don't know if I should show you, but I didn't. I didn't do anything. I don't do anything.
Okay. Share a screen while Stitchy Stylo asks his questions. Stitchy Stylo, go ahead. Barnabas, share a screen. Stitchy Stylo, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm ready now.
So my question is, going back where you add the color and the background stuff, I was asking, what if I want to add a logo or a background image? That is one. Okay. And the second one is with a element, the text element or that side for phone numbers. Can I give a format I want?
The elements,
just like we did with the date, we give a format. Can you do same for phone numbers?
That's using the code, right?
Yeah, whether code, because I checked the drop down, there was nothing like format there. So if it can be done with,
you can use your code to manipulate your data, right? You can use that JSON code, take it to AI, tell it what you want, it will give you a code. Now, as for the background image, right? So the N8N does not really that N8N form has that limitation, right? It doesn't really pick that image. I think I've tried it. Maybe they did it now. Maybe they saw they've added it, but before it won't pick image. I did everything possible to add image to the background, but it did not pick. Understand? I haven't tried dividing the color, but it still did not do. It just has to be one color, one CSS. So it's basically CSS, but adding all those other ones, I think has to do with adding HTML. And then when I made my findings, I got to find out that, okay, you cannot use those other formats. It's just that plain CSS. But maybe we could try it later on to see if that feature has been added.
All right, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, are you satisfied? Okay, Precious, actually, go ahead with your question. Barnabas, delete the conditions. Wipe the conditions and add it again.
And paste it again. Okay. Okay. Yep.
Precious, actually, you have
right.
a question.
So when when I was doing mine with the if function, I was building a feedback system, and I used on the feedback type, I used like 4 feedback options, which were suggestions, complaints, praise, and other. So when I used the if load, I had to use the or condition. So which is, if it's not suggestion, it should be complaints. If it's not complaints, it should be praise. If it's not praise, it should be other. So which, when I executed, all of this returns it to the true branch. But then the first branch, then I tried if there is a way I could add something to the first branch, but then I couldn't think of any other thing to add to the first branch.
No, you don't add to the first branch.
The condition
on the if node, you only add one condition. So anything that comes that does not meet that particular condition flows into the first branch.
Okay.
That's what I've been saying. It's more like a question. Are you this? Yes. If you're not this, it means that you are that.
Okay.
So, yeah. So you don't. Okay. Hold on. Let me see your issue. So why does it flow through the first branch?
I don't know. I also tried to delete the if, then tried to bring it up again.
Because there is no condition yet.
No, he has a condition. He has a condition. Go to your form. Let me see. Go to your form. Yeah, go to your form. Let me see the form output. Okay, sorry. Unpin the form. Unpin the form. Unpin the form. Execute it again. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Don't cancel the execution. Cancel the execution. Cancel it. Go to that place where you wrote this satisfied or not satisfied. Those where you wrote satisfied or not satisfied. On the form here, scroll down. Scroll down. Where you wrote satisfied or not satisfied on the form. Okay, satisfied or not satisfied, just go there. Okay, hold on. Click into the satisfied. Click into it. Wipe, delete, clear. No. Undo. Click on undo. Yeah, you see, put space. Type of space bar. Yes, I think there was a space between that D. After the D, there was a space there. That was why I told you then to delete. So delete it again. Delete. Go to the end. Yeah, you see. Type it. Don't let it add any space. Satisfied. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then go to not satisfied. Let me see if there is a space there. Okay, now there's no space in this one. But then execute. Execute, yes. Then fill it and you pin. And let me know the feedback. Okay, Kiri and Bulem, mind you that you have to go and unpin your edit field. Okay. Bulem, Kiriam, go ahead with your question. Kiriam Bulem.
Yes.
Okay, you go ahead with your question.
Okay. The first question is, hence we are using the if condition and it's only requiring a true or false or yes or no. We like one out of the two options. Isn't it better that we use the radio as when we are doing our option using radio? Hence, with radio, we don't have to do any further configuration. Just one radio only allows you to choose one out of the available option for that condition.
Okay, so okay, the thing is, we are exploring conditional logic, right? And again, what defines where your workflow, how it flows. If you have situations where you have different flows, right? Because all of them are storing on different database, like different sheets. You understand? Unpin your edit field. Unpin your edit field. So your if node or your switch, unpin your edit field before you execute here. So your if node or your if nodes, your switch or filter actually separates the flow so that they can store on different sites. Execute if. Execute if. Execute if. You see, it has gone through. So you added the space.
The space on the okay.
You added the space.
Thank you.
So Kieran, do you understand what I mean?
So I can stop sharing now, yeah?
Yes, can stop sharing. So you can while you're exploring, you can now check, okay, what other, in fact, which parameters suit best what you want to do. You understand? But now I'm teaching you guys the scoring logic, all right? Logic in N8N using different nodes. You get.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Stitchy. No, sorry. Wheels. Will Chris.
Yeah, hello, Champ. Just a question. When we're filling the form, right, we choose the test area, which give us the access to test functionality, right? So the question is, can we limit the letters, there? Because there are some forms that maybe you have 50 letters, characters you can put in there, things like that.
No, I don't think N8N allows you to limit letters actually. I think that those are other forms that, like, I don't know about type form or Google form, but there are forms that allows you to limit letters, but I don't think N8N does. N8N form is just a plain form system kind of thing. It's not really like that complex form system.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay. Stitchy, you have another question or the one you raised before? Okay, it doesn't have. All right. So that is it. Then we will now go ahead and store them. The essence of the routing. The essence of the routing. Today, I also need to introduce data manipulation. Yeah, I've actually introduced data manipulation using the way I changed that date, right? That is introduction of data manipulation, but I also need to use code move to introduce it better. All right, so here, I'm going to add a spreadsheet. Now, for those who have been confused, how did I get the spreadsheet? How did I get the spreadsheet? Please, always watch the video in details. Don't watch it like a movie. Do you understand? Now, I will go here. Since I am mapping the true routes, okay? I'm mapping the true routes. What do I have to do? I'll now click on it, add my sheet. I'll add the sheet. This sheet I am adding, look at it, is going to be append row in sheet. Okay. I'm adding this sheet with my Google account, but there is a Google account somewhere that is sheet, okay, that I can pull up the sheet. Now I'll add another tab, right? This is my Google account here. This is my Google account that is not in N8N. This is a different part altogether, all right? The class is not where I should teach you how to make use of Google Workspace. Okay, it's not where I should teach you how to make use of Google Workspace. Now imagine I'm supposed to teach you all the tools you're going to. I'm teaching you about Google, I teach you about Airtable, I'll teach you. All these platforms have their usages, professional usages that you should know. You understand? You should know them. If I start going into teaching you Airtable, teaching you Google Sheets, teaching you just imagine how long, or teaching you how to use Gmail, that you're supposed to know how to use. Imagine how long this class is going to be. That would mean we are not going to cover the things we should cover in N8N, right? Now, presumably, you should know how to use Google Workspace. Now, this is that Google account I linked in my N8N. This is the Google account I linked in my N8N. I would select it. Now, when I select it, in that Google account, okay? Now, look at it for context. This is N8N. I will open here. If I open the N8N, you see the credentials. And why I also told you that you should also name your credentials, right? Open now. Why are you delaying? You can see Chibzimat here. And if I go here and click on sign in with Google, you see it here. Chibzimat. This is the one I use, right? This is the one I use. I've already linked it. I've already linked it. I need to sign it again because I have. Okay, let me sign it in again. My own signing and your signing is not going to be the same. I already told you that this is my own signing, how it works, because I'm using VPS hosted. You can see it is different from your own. Okay, yours is very easy. And here has turned green. This place should always turn green. Okay. Then this is me linking the sheets now. Then I will go to my spreadsheet outside N8N. This is another place entirely. It's just like someone, your client wants you to link Airtable. Your client wants you to link hotspots. All right. Okay. Now, you're going to quickly, if you don't know hotspots, you will not say, oh, coach did not use hotspot to teach us. Because of that, I don't know how to make use of hotspots. No, hotspot is a different CRM system entirely that has its own profession or career entirely. However, you can link them together. Me as an automation specialist or engineer, right? If you now give me a hotspot, if I haven't used hotspot and I need to link in your hotspot, what do? I'll just quickly go and study the documentation on hotspots, what I should use and what I should use and how I should do and how I should do it. Then I will link it. All right. I will not go back to who taught me anything and say, oh, come and teach me hotspot. You did not teach me hotspot. No, it's not within the scope. Do you understand? Now, I told you I will show you how to integrate CRM integration. And these we are doing here, they are CRM integrations. All right. There are times you will have, in fact, there are some more complicated integration, CRM integration, and there are the ones that are easy. So it is not, all of them are not the same. And I started from the one that are very easy, which is the Google. All right. So we are going to keep going till we get to the ones that are not easy. They use their API. Okay. Good. So now I'm going to now create a spreadsheet by clicking here, blank spreadsheet. When I click this blank spreadsheet, I will rename it to what I want. What do I want? I will rename it. This is your simple read and write. Simple read and write, no rocket science. Right? I will write it to be Ultima Spark feedback sheet, right? Ultima Spark feedback sheet. Okay. What are those details I collected from there? I would, instead of me to waste much time coming to write them one by one, which this side shouldn't confuse you, right? I will just simply go here and copy them. I'll just simply copy them using the table format. Come here to make life very easy for myself, and I will paste. Look at them, they have appeared. Do you understand? They have appeared. I would rename here to what? Satisfied. Then the next one, I will rename it to not satisfied. I will also paste those details here. Do you understand? Now this is satisfied. This is not satisfied. Satisfied, not satisfied. Okay. Then I will now go into this spreadsheet I have added because I have integrated it. Now I will now go to from lists. From list is the easiest. When we use documents, we can use document ID. When we use Google Doc, we can use document ID. But for now, let us use from list. From list is the easiest we can do. Now look at that sheet I just created. Optimal Spark feedback sheet. I will take it. Then the sheet inside it, satisfied, not satisfied. Where do I want to store this particular line? I want to store it on the satisfied, right? Then those things, those columns will now appear. Look at name here. Look at here. This is not Excel. This is Google Sheets. Some people are going to create Excel. Excel is a different place. Excel is a software.
So you know timestamp. Should that P?
Okay, yeah. No problem. I think is that incoming data. No problem. Okay. Here, right? Here. Now, here, this is very, thank God, let me do this now. This is very important, right? Now, look at this. Look at this. Here, timestamp, right? Check. Check what's going to happen. If I come here to make any change here, P, only this P I put here, and I come here, I put this P here. Look at what is going to happen here. If you go ahead to save this, right, it's not appearing. I was expecting it to have a mark somewhere. If you go ahead to still map it like this, since you have made a change, there is every possibility that you will receive error. Your data might start failing. So always come here to reset value. You can see, always come here to reset value and pick it again. Pick it afresh. But still, it did not. Okay, sorry. Let me go here to reset this value. And I refresh lists. I know why it's not coming. And I choose here. So let's see that timestamp. It's not still coming. So why? Sorry. It did not save. Okay. It did not save. So yeah, look at it now. When I remove my mouse from here, it now saved, right? That is Google. I move my mouse, it saved. Then look at it, you automatically look at. There is a warning sign here. Say columns are outdated. Refresh to see changes. So it is telling me if I don't refresh it, for that change to appear, if I map it, there is potential that it will error out. So I'm going to refresh it. Look at it. Now that warning was what I wanted to show, and it has showed finally. Look at it. That's changed to timestamp. Do you understand? Let me go back there and make a change again. Let me change this to capital letters. Let me change it to capital letters. That's it. It is saving, right? It has saved. Now let me come here. See. And another warning sign. Right, so I must refresh this. Sometimes that warning sign may not show, but it has changed to capital letter. Now, sometimes that warning sign may not show. What would you do? Please go here and refresh or reset value. Very important. Do not assume. Do not assume. While automating, while building automation, your workflow, you must never assume until you see it has worked. That is when you know it worked, right? Now here, I will map the name. I will map the email address. I will map the phone number. I will map here and more details. Then I'll put my timestamp. You must always, when you have switch or your if or filter, you must always map from the switch. I have collapsed all of them. I showed you guys this thing, right? I've collapsed all of them. You must always map from here. If you skip to map from edit field, you have defeated the purpose of scoring. Then I execute. When I execute, it will come here. Okay? It will come here. Now, Since I've executed, I now need to fire my Gmail. And I need to fire my Gmail, right? And I'll say send a message. Send a message. Now, this send a message, who am I sending it to? I am mapping from the spreadsheet now. I'm not mapping from here. I'm mapping from the spreadsheet. There are times you may need to skip a node to map from the other. But for now, these are still simple workflows, right? So I am mapping from email, okay? The subject, I'm writing it manually. I'll say, thank you for your positive feedback. I'll just carry the person's name and put. Do you understand? Carry the person's name and put. Then the next thing, now, we have been sending plain text. I told Stitchy Stylo in the group that I'm going to show you how to use the HTML. Since we have been sending plain text, how about we try using HTML? All right. So I'm going to normally click this message. I will leave it here on HTML. I'll click this message, click on expression, right? Click on this small toggle so that it will open. And I will say, dear who, I'll map the name. Now, I want you guys to note this. If using AI to generate these codes is very difficult for you right now, ignore it. Still do your things plain. Do you understand? Until when you have gotten a hang of it, you can now start generating your codes. Do you get? Okay. So here, dear social person, thank you for your positive feedback on our service delivery. We are pleased to know that you were satisfied. You are pleased to know that you are satisfied with our course delivery. Right. Let's say we assure you of more quality services and never dropping the bar. All right, then I say thank you. Okay, say thank you and best regards, Chiefs. Do you understand, Chiefs? Now, there is something I need to add here, which is that HTML. Okay. Now, this HTML, what do I need to do? I'll have to copy this letter. I have to copy this node. Okay. I have to copy it. Go back to my AI and tell it to give me HTML code for the email node, to send emails. Okay, you give it background color, make the background color to be blue, and you must not use my own word. You just have to do your own, right? Not too wide borders. Use bold text at the top to highlight all optimal Spark feedback response. So add copyright 2026 at the bottom. All right. Then I will now paste that. Do you understand? I will now paste it. Then another thing I will do is make the HTML code to be ready to copy. Now, the fun part is that you can actually use the AI agent I created for you guys. You can use it to do all these things. Do you understand? You can use it to do all these things, to generate this code for you, ready to copy code. Now, it is developing this, right? It's developing the HTML, all right? I'm going to copy the HTML and put inside here. Then we'll test it and see how it's going to be. Do you understand? You will now make it to align with your business, this thing. You see why you must write something so that it will guide it, right? Look at here. You will have to write something. Look at the name and other things you wrote there. And we are pleased to know that you are satisfied, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Then let us now fire and I will turn off this. We'll turn this off as usual. We'll turn this off. Sender name. Someone use sender name. I think Stitch Stylo use sender name. I like that. Explore. If you get it wrong, undo. Do you understand? Explore. Now he used sender name. Sender name, I did not even show you how to use sender name, right? But sender name, let me use sender name and say Chiefs from Ultima Spark. Now this is what the person is going to see as sender name, right? Then other things, you have BCC, you have where you want to send it to and all that. So I execute. Now let me go to my email and check now my email. Okay, look at it. I see here, right? Now you can make it to be anyhow you want it to be and design it to be. Now look at that sender name as well. Chief from what? It is no longer showing email. It's no longer just showing my email, right? It's now showing you the sender name. All right. Dear Davido, thank you for your feedback on our service delivery. You can see. So those emails you used to receive from companies, those things are HTML emails. Now this one, you can actually add your image. If you have company image you want to add, feed it into the AI and tell it to develop this, right? You can see how this email appears. And all the emails you've been receiving from me are all HTML emails. All right. So, but if you find this part difficult for you to do right now, just ignore it. Now, extra thing I want to add here is this. Some of you complain that the email does not have an output. Yes, email does not have an output. It only has success outputs here. Look at it. Success output to tell you that email has been sent. All right. But is it enough? Is it enough to send? Is it enough to only send the users or customers the email? Do you understand? Also, I did not show you that in the last one, but let me show you here that it is also important to send myself. You're filling my form, you're filling the company's form, the business form. It is important to send myself an email or a notification to tell me that someone has filled my form. So how do I do it? I will add another Gmail node. If you want it to send to WhatsApp for you, you use WhatsApp. If you want it to send to Telegram for you, use Telegram. If you want it to send to Gmail, Outlook, anywhere you want it to send, you add it, right? I normally use Gmail, so let me use Gmail here to send to myself. I'll send another message to myself to say somebody has filled my form. Now, that's when I used to tell you that there are points where you have to skip a node to go into the next one to pick detail from. It is here now. Do you understand? You see how we are going to do it. I'm going to collapse this Gmail node, but now that I'm sending to myself, I am sending this email to myself, right? I already know the email, so I don't have to map the email. The email is a static email because it is a notification to the business owner or the sales team or the marketing team. So you take their email and type manually here. You're not mapping. If you go and map it, you're mapping from customers or users' email. Do you understand? Then I'll come here, the subject, I will say, we have a new feedback. Do you understand? Or we have a new positive feedback. This is to notify the business owner. Here, I don't need to use HTML. I'll just use text. And then I'll go to the message because I need to map some things. Then I'll now come here and say anything, and depending on how your business sounds or company communication ethics or things like that. I'll say, hey, chiefs, I'm typing this manually. Okay. We have, okay, I'll say so person. I can come here and say, someone just, now I'm skipping this one. I'm skipping here to go to this place to map. I'll just say, so person, right? Just filled the form that they are satisfied. They are satisfied. Okay. They had okay, let's optional comment. Let's say optional comment. Optional comment. I'll now drag down more details, right? And put and say email, anything you want the person to have. All right. That is it. I'll now say cheers. I can tell the person head straight to the spreadsheet, head straight to the spreadsheet to look up full details. Do you understand? This is to the business owner. I'll say cheers. So it means that what it simply means is whenever someone fills this form, the person that filled the form will receive this email, then me, that is the business owner, will receive this email. So let me send it. And you see the email I'm going to receive here. Yeah, I'll receive this email. We have a new feedback. Look at it. Hey, chief, so person. So for every person that comes here, I will be receiving this thing, right? So I will have to go and turn off the N8N. Turn it off, and there is nothing else I need to do, right? Okay. Now, here, I told you about renaming your notes. Okay, good. You can now go here and do the same thing here. But I believe you now understood this better, right? So if I want to add this here, look at this. If I want to add another sheet, I'll add another sheet and append row in. I'll pick append row in sheets, right? Picking append row in sheets, let me show you two ways to edit your data. All right, but let me use one way. When we keep going, I'll show you another way. All right, I will unpin this data and fill it again. Do you understand? I will fill it again, fill it, not satisfied, and I'll say, you talk too much, Jerry. All right, I'll fill it and I'll submit. Right? I'll pin and come here to execute. Let's see where it will go. Look at it. It has gone through the false. Did I have to map the false again? I did not have to map it again. Only the true I mapped decided that any other thing that is coming has to go through the false. Do you understand? Now it has gone through the false. Then I will have to open the spreadsheet on the false to see the data, right?
So sorry, I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
How you map the force to the appended row.
That is what I'm saying. You don't have to map the false. Only that true I see this is a yes or no. You've not been understanding when I say yes or no. If someone asks you, are you a boy? Sorry, are you a man? Or someone asks you, okay, if someone asks you, are you a woman? What's your answer?
I'm a man.
No, that is not it. Are you a woman?
No.
The answer is no, which means if the answer is not yes, it should flow through the other side. You don't have to come and tell it that it should use no. There is no place you can tell it to use no. You can only tell it to, if it is yes, flow through the upper branch, which is here. So it means that if what is coming is not yes, automatically it is flowing through here. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
No, I don't think you understand. Let's say you went to a bank. There are two doors. And they say that everybody that is coming to withdraw or everybody that is coming to make complaints, go to door A. If you're not coming to make complaints, no matter what else you're coming to do, but if you're not coming to make complaints, go to door B. All right? You see how it is determined. Complaints.A, order inquiries, door B. Do you understand? Now, when you come, the security man asks you, what are you coming here for? And you say complain. Where are you going to? I'm asking you.
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Why? Why didn't you get me? You were distracted?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to a bank.
I think probably he got issues with understanding the if node, how the form, how to fill the form. I think that's where people always talk, I guess.
You have to go back and fill the form again. You're not using the same parameter. You have set your form once and for all. You have set your form. Okay. Now you come, this thing is you set your form, you build your form the way it should be built. Then you now come here and set your parameter. So anything you fill your form, okay, has to pass through, and it will now use the parameter you have set inside this if to flow through. Okay, now let us assume, using this same bank one now, okay, you are at the gate. They are asking you, what is your name? You say your name. What is your email? You say your email. What are you here for? And you say you're coming to make complaints. And the instruction is for everybody coming to make complaints, go to door A. Everybody coming for any other kind of business, go to door B. And they ask you your details at the gate. And you say you're coming to make complaints. Where are you going to? You will go to door A. But if you give your details and you say you're not coming to make complaints, you're coming to make transaction or any other thing, it means you're going to door B. All right? Sometimes you have seen on a form, or okay, you call N8N or you call your bank and they'll tell you for other inquiries, press 2. What does it mean? Any other type of inquiries will be routed to that 2 you have pressed. For transaction, press 1. To check your balance, press 2. Sorry, let me start again. For transaction, press 1. To know your balance, press 2. To know your details, press 3. For any other inquiries, press 4. Do you understand? So it means that for every other inquiry that is not mentioned there, so long as they don't fit into that parameters that have been mentioned to you, they will flow through the other side. That is the same thing here. You're only setting the if node. This is how the if and the filter works. You're only setting one parameter here. Others, this is only one parameter you are setting. All these, including the condition, they are one parameter. Others will have to automatically flow through the false. Do you understand? So, my advice to you is practice more on this part. Practice more. There is no explanation I can give to you that you will understand if you do not practice it. If I skip explaining from today to tomorrow, if you don't have it in practice, you will not get it well. The time when you start practicing and you start getting some errors, then you ask, oh, how can I do this? Someone will correct you or I correct you. That is now where you start getting it correctly to say, okay, this is actually how it works. Aside that, you keep finding it difficult. All right. So
So
let
please,
me
I want.
go ahead. Go ahead. So let me map this one. You guys already know
Okay.
how to map.
Sir, concerning what you are saying here, I just feel like maybe I did something wrong on my own, or it flowed, or that because I
It flowed
use
by luck.
business.
It flowed
It's
by
not
luck.
no. I want to ask. Let me know if it flowed by luck or did I do the right
Who
thing?
is talking? Is it Obi or Hanover?
Yes, Zobina.
Me and
I
you
used
go
my
flow.
business. I used my business to do the if node. Like I said before, high bars
Okay.
and lower bars, home theater.
Okay.
So now I used budgets on that if.
Yes.
So I used the greater than or equal to and less than. So and it flowed, but I see that as a two condition. But you say we're supposed to use one. I use and.
Okay. Where did it flow through?
The 200,000 greater equal to went to true, then 100,000 naira lower bars zone that flowed to
Now, like I said,
false. So
I did not
flowed
say
well.
you must. I did not say you must use one. Depending on what you want, the parameters you need. Okay.
Okay.
Here I am using one. I even gave instance whereby I need two. I gave instance with the and the or. How I can use two and how I can use one. And I told you for this instance, I am using only one for this particular one.
Okay. Understood.
Depending on what you want, right?
Okay.
So we're done with this. We are done with this, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I want to make, I don't know if this is a contribution or what.
Mm.
For append rule in sheet you used, I used the different route. I think
You use
the
what?
reason why a different route.
Yeah,
Append
what is the
rule,
different routes used?
append or update rule.
Okay.
You know, when we started the class today, you said some people submitted 2 times. I think that append or update rule, the function is to either update. So if someone tries to submit another feedback and it's the same thing, it will just update it instead of storing it again.
Yes, but their mapping functionality is not the same. You have to match. You have to pick a place where you match. So, for instance, now, like I always say, it depends on what you want to build, right? Now, let me use that append or update here. Let me add it here so you see. Let me add it here, right? Append or update, right? Here. Now, see, if I choose these sheets and I choose not satisfied, okay, you will see column to match on. What it means, column to match on, you either pick the name or the email address, right? So it means that any values to send, right? If this email is repeated, it will update instead of append. Do you understand? So it's going to use this email to search, does it exist or does it not exist? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Look at it here. The column to compare when finding the rules to update. Look at it here. So if you use name, if you use email, if you use phone number, so if the email exists, it will update. But if it doesn't exist, it will append. That is what. So this one is doing 2 things. So if you want to build a spreadsheet system whereby it should either append or they should do the both of them at the same time, then you use it and you select the right column that you should use to find what to match up. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's for that one. Okay, so don't learn rubber stamp. Anybody, don't learn rubber stamp. As you finish practicing my own, practice your own. So we need to enter into data.
Sir, please, I want to ask.
Yes, go ahead.
That email you used send like to receive message. You did not do it on the not satisfied. Does it mean it's going to work for the two?
It will not work for the two. I only did now that part. You can just go and complete that part by yourself, right?
Okay,
see,
I don't want to ask.
Yeah, see it here. See. Okay, I will have to now go here and map or to rewrite the email. Now, definitely please do not in this situation. In this situation, do not duplicate. I just use this duplicate to show you instance. Do not duplicate because it will use the email of positive to go and send to people of negative. Do you understand? So add it and rewrite it by yourself. Okay. And again, look at here. Look at here. I'm going to rename all these things. Store.
I can't see my screen. Network has blocked me.
Store positive feedback, right? Here will be send email to responders. All right. Then here will be send notification to owner. Do you understand? Here is store negative feedback, right? And here is send email to negative responders. Okay, then here is send negative response to owner. Do you understand? So here it is now very self-explanatory. Nobody will tell me again, I don't understand what you did there. Look at it. You should always rename your notes. Rename them. Do you get?
Yes, sir.
Always rename them. So here, now you see what I did. So I don't need to start explaining to you in details again. It will get to a point from this coming week, from the next class, I don't have to start doing these things slow again to tell you, oh, this is, I believe that by now, from the next class, you should know how to map. You should know where to map. You should know when to map. Because I believe that you have practiced and practiced. So if you come and start dragging us back to, oh, how did you get the spreadsheet? How did you get the Gmail? I will not answer you. It means that you did not practice, you are not practicing, and you want to just keep dragging us back to introduction. Do you understand? So please practice and practice and practice. I understand you people don't have time. Most of you don't have time, but you paid me the money. Do not allow this money to waste. I have eaten it. Do you understand? I have eaten the money. It is now my turn to give you the service that you deserve and what you have paid for. Do you understand? To explore, build things, all right? Now, we're supposed to start entering into data manipulation. But I'm still going to start into that a little bit because we're out of time. So the next class, we will continue from there, all right? Before we enter into AI. You see, we've not touched AI at all because when we touch AI, most of you will start focusing on AI, forgetting this one. But you cannot successfully build AI automation, AI embedded automations without knowing these basics. You cannot, because most things you're going to build here, you also use these nodes. In fact, you also use here to build them. Okay? Which is why I always advise, If you're learning, when you're learning N8N automation, forget anything about AI agent. Forget it for 2 weeks. Forget it for 2 good weeks. All right. So should I go ahead?
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think I lost it where you explained the Google Sheets. You mentioned that you got the Google account you use for the Sheets is not the one you use for the same with the email address. It's like you got a separate Google Mail.
No, that was what I said. I said I have to go to a different tab to go and open Google Sheets, not Microsoft Excel, because confusion that some people were having was that they were going to create spreadsheet on Microsoft Excel app on their laptop. No, I had to go and open another tab, logged into my Google account that I used. Now that my Google account is the same account I'm using for email, the same account I'm using for Google Sheets. You can choose to use different accounts.
Is it also the same you use for the authentication?
Yes, now.
Okay. So let's say I'm working for a company now and I use their Gmail to authenticate, and I also want to use their Google, that same Gmail Google Sheet to.
It's the same Google account.
Oh, all right. Okay. Thank you.
I know your heart is beating boom, boom, boom. Just calm down. Calm down. Okay, another person. Okay, Precious Achonye, I'm lowering. Okay.
So, sir, the workflow that I built using the if node, all my conditions, I appended them in one sheet. I didn't have to add another sheet to the first terminal. Reasons because the idea behind the workflow is to gather data of the feedback and then know, because the feedback are complaints, suggestion, praise, and other. So just to gather the data of the feedback, then analyze which one is higher than the rest of them using that one sheet. That's why I used one sheet to do it in order to figure out company problem using people's response from the feedback. So I don't know if the idea behind the work.
Would you get to a point where you need to separate them?
I use the or function. I use the or. So
no. Would you get to a point in your spreadsheet where you need to separate them? People that said they are satisfied will go to another sheet.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Since the idea is just to use the data collected to do analysis. That's the idea behind the workflow I built.
Okay, if you get to a point where you get to separate them, then you can add 2 sheets on each line, two on each line. One we separate, one we store together, one we separate, one we store together. Yeah, but you should make it 2 lines in that case.
Oh, okay.
Because if at the end of the day you need to separate their sheets, that will mean you're giving yourself extra work.
Again, okay.
Yeah, if you finish your analysis and then what if you finish your analysis and the CEO now says, okay, I need all the negative people that complain to be, send me the sheet for people that complain. What would you now do? You now start sorting it one after the other.
So you can actually do it there, that analysis, but then I think the workflow should be easier than cracking them to analyze it.
Exactly.
All right, thank you.
So, and that's also what thank you. I love the fact that you're trying to, you're a data analyst, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I love the fact that you're using it to apply into your field. So everybody use it to apply into your field and area you want to use it. All right. So now instead of you to use it, but my advice is instead of you to use it to do your traditional and conventional way of doing things, use it to make your job easier. If you have to separate them, all right, separate them and do your analysis if it's possible. Don't steal, because if at the end of the day you're packing all of them together, then there is no need even building the automation. Then you should just use your normal Google form and collect them and still continue what you're doing. You understand? But it's supposed to make your work easier for you. That's the essence. So I'm telling it to everybody. All right. Okay. So let me go to. Okay. So just give me. We have 2 minutes, 12 minutes, right? Let's quickly use this 12 minutes to enter. Are you guys tired? Did I exhaust you today?
No.
Amarachi, are you tired?
Nope. Nope.
Okay. Let me, and I have people I want to ask specifically. Perfect Titi, are you tired? Nancy, are you tired? I did not hear Perfect Titi.
No,
Nancy.
sir, I'm not tired, sir.
Obinna Collins, my brother, are you tired?
No, sir, I'm not.
I'm not so.
Okay. Poppy, are you tired? Poppy, are you tired? My special students. Yeah, Poppy, are you tired?
No, sir.
Okay. My special student, Queen Ikuji, are you tired? Class rep is not okay. Class rep. Class rep, you've been quiet today. What happened now? I can't hear you. You're speaking, but we can't hear you. Will Chris, how is it going?
Salute, champ. It's all good now. Right on. No tired yet, bro.
Okay, so we can write to 11.
Yeah, let's go on. Let's pick it on.
Okay, let's just one time. Okay, so okay, now this is for the if, right? So by now you should have understood what it takes to go from here to here. All right, you guys should have understood what it takes to go from here to here. All right, and please always watch the video. Always watch the video, right? It's very, very important that you watch the video. Very, very important.
Sorry, can I check? Is my microphone working now?
Yeah, it's working now.
Yeah, it keeps muting itself, like it keeps restricting itself.
Okay.
But yes, I'm enjoying it. I think I'm looking forward to watching the replay.
Your voice, Kosa.
Careful, that voice they make money. Oh, be careful, eh?
The voice is actually nice. See, that's why you're the special class rep. So what I want us to look at is one very special node. Right, one very special node, and that node is the code node. Okay, so I'm going to use it here to some people I go blow small. Some people I go blow small. All right. So it will get blurry a little bit. All right. So this node is used to do a lot of things. Okay. Then this node also, some things this node can do, this node can also do it. You understand? These two nodes. Now you can see that I use this to manipulate dates. I can use it to manipulate any other thing, right? By adding the code there. However, this one means that it will understand an entirely new input and manipulate it. Let us assume that you are dealing with unstructured data. Right, let's assume you are dealing with unstructured data, or you're dealing with news platform, or you're dealing with, so we are just going to build a news platform. pipeline here now using 2 or 3 nodes, right? Now let's assume you're dealing with unstructured data. Now by structured data, so far we have been building structured data. Let me show you what unstructured data is all about. Okay, now unstructured data is when you have people typing in text instead of words. All right, that is all right. For instance, you have a pipeline where people can type 100K, people can type 20K, 1K, 2K. Your workflow cannot use 1K, 2K. It doesn't understand what it is. But you can use this to transform that 1K to 1,000. So when you have such unstructured data, this one will transform it into structured data, right? The form we have been building so far, you see that anywhere we have budget, we add it to be, we make it to be a number. But there are some forms, or there are some people you will work with that their data is coming in unstructured. These are the nodes. This is the node that we now use to clean that, to transform it, to make it reliable. That is number one. Number two, you can publish your workflow, especially in the AI agent. You can publish your workflow, all right? Now, your AI agent will suck in any input your user input. But what about people that will be trying to inject links into your AI agent? You can also use this node to tell it to filter out everything like that. Use it as your guardrail to filter them out. You can use this to also convert data type from text to number, text type to number, all right, from number to array or array. Just clean them up, separate them, change the outputs. For instance, as funny as it may sound, you might have a time where you will have to score your lead, right? You have to score your lead or score something, or even clean an output provided by the AI agent, or do anything, but more especially, let's talk about the non-AI workflows here. A time where you have to score your lead, all right? Some people use AI to do all those, but I do not advise you to use AI to score your lead, because when AI is overwhelmed, it could produce things wrongly. When AI is overwhelmed, and again, it will cost you to use the AI to score, but use this guy here to do it. Sometimes you might have a requirement where someone might have a lead intake system where the person is scoring serious or hot lead with the number of words they write. For instance, someone might tell you that, okay, I need my hot lead to be people who say their budget is 1 million naira, and these people have word counts of 40 word counts. Now that 40 word count, how do you count the person's word? You use this node to count it. Then now use your if node or your filter node to separate. Do you understand? So this guy and your edit field makes your workflow, makes your data reliable, manipulates them, and also makes them standard. All right? Like I said, and I will always say, this is one of the most powerful nodes you can use on N8N. Okay? Now, what are the use cases you can use this node? You can use it to clear, extract. You can use it to extract things from a certain document, can use it to transform, can use it to manipulate, can use it to clean data. Let me show you an instance where we can use it to clean data or manipulate data. Let me add a form system as well. Next class, we will use this code proper. But for now, I'm going to just use it to do a very simple thing. Then you use it for an assignment. Your assignment will be on this particular node. You will use it to do, just use it to do various things and show me the outputs. Do you understand? That will be your assignment. So here, I'm going to use the form system again. However, this time around, what I want to take is an unstructured data. I'm going to take an unstructured data from here. Why am I using the form system again? Instead of me to just use webhook or any other thing. So for now, this is still the beginning. This is the third class. Let me not enter into places that will get you more confused. Right? So let me use here. Let me just type here to say what? Let's say interest form or no business solution. All right. And I come here to add your name. I'm not going to take it slow on this form again because I've taught how to build form 3 or 4 times. So I'm not going to keep taking it slow for you to, but I'll take it slow on the code node. But this form side, by now I assume that you should know how to build your form. All right. So here I'll say name. Okay, text input. I'll just leave every other thing, right? Then here, another thing I need to take email. Do you understand? I'll take email and I'll not add now. I'm making this unstructured. Right? And I'm taking another thing. So I'm not adding the correct email type. Look at it. I'm not adding the correct email type. Okay. So I'm taking budget. Okay. And this budget, I'm making it text input. And here I'm taking business. Let's say business problem. All right. And then I turn off this one. Now I want this to be an unstructured data. Why I'm saying this, when I'm using this, is that some people have websites that they already have a form system in their website, and that form system most times is unstructured. It's unstructured, right? So here, my name will be, let me say Mike Chen. My email address is this. My email address is this. Okay, let me put correct email address though. My budget is $20K. $20K. Right, let me say $20K. You can see. Right, and my business problem is I currently have difficulty in breaking the business limits or breaking monthly revenue of 10K dollars, 10K dollars, and this has been a very bothering issue to me. Kindly assist me in this aspect. All right, now look at it. I submit. Everything here is unstructured. Look at this is unstructured and this is unstructured. So I pin it. But I want my code node, I want to convert those things to real numbers. Do you understand? So what do I have to do? I put the edit field as usual to do what? I'm not still going to start teaching you again how to use AD3, but I should know how to use AD3, right? Unless you want to give me diaspora, fine. I'll start teaching you again how to use AD3. This is it here. This, I'll put email here, I'll put budgets, and I'll put business problem. Then I'll put submitted at, okay, if that is required, right? Timestamp, let me change it to timestamp, right? Timestamp. I'm going to leave this. I've shown you how to convert this, but now what I want to convert mainly is these other things. I want to manipulate these other things, right? Now, what am I going to do?
So you did not execute.
I've executed, look at it. Right? I've not executed the code node. So what do I do using this code node? What do I do using this code node? All right. Now, I'm going to go to AI. I'll copy this code node, go to the AI, tell it what I want it to do. Right? I'll tell you what I want to do. But there is something very important you should also tell your AI to do. But by now, due to AI has learned that data, AI has learned that thing, so you should be able to do it automatically. So I'll tell it here, give me, now hold on first, let me go back to the code in JavaScript. Let me open it. Let me open it. You see two functions there. Run once. Now, first of all, run once for all items. That is what we need to run each item. Okay. Then another thing is you see JavaScript, you see Python. Python code or JavaScript code. So we use JavaScript code, right? This is how you make your AI to understand what you want. Okay. Then I copy. I can choose to copy from here, or I can choose to copy the entire thing. If I copy the entire thing, it's still okay. All right, then I'll come here, I'll say, give me JavaScript code 2. Important. 1, clean the data. So, okay, okay, fine. Let me leave clean. Output correct data. Oh, what is it? Is it data types, right? Data types. Okay, or change, no, change output output data like 20K dollars to 20 and 20 1 to 37 etc. Okay, use regex. I'll explain this regex we are needed. Okay, number 2, count the business problem, count the business problem, count the business problem words, and output the number of words. Okay, number 3, transform up. Is it? Okay, correct the dates, correct the, let's try this, the time stamp to Lagos time zone, using day, month, year, then hour, minute, seconds. All right. And I'll say output only ready to copy JavaScript code for the improvement. Then I will paste. I'll paste the entire workflow. Why am I pasting the entire workflow? So it will understand the kind of data that is coming in and the kind of data I want it to output. Do you understand? Now, mind you, sometimes the code node will give you this JavaScript code now will give you error. Do you understand? To give you error, but what you have to do, you redo. Now, good. Look at that in here now. If suffix k number, that means it should be in 1000, right? So it has done that, but let us try and see, is it going to give us the correct thing? Is it going to transform this? Is it going to manipulate this data? All right. So what do I have to do? I will come here, I will open here, look at this entire code, I will clean it and paste this, then execute. Let's see how it's going to. Right now, look at it. This is the incoming data. All right. And this is the outputs. Do you understand? This is the incoming data and this is the outputs. Right. So now you can also tell it to output only these ones. Sorry. Output only these ones. Okay. It will not bother outputting this one, the budget. But it gave you normalized budgets, business problem word count. So it counted this and it counted 26 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, that's correct. It counted the words here and it's 26. So when you have times where you need things like this, you use your code node. Feed it into your AI to do what? Normalize them for you. Do you understand? Now here, what are the things I now need? I now need to use this to work, and I use this to work, and I will use any other one I have here to work. Do you understand? I can even tell it to normalize the business problem as well, and it will also normalize it. By normalizing it, it will change this 10K to 10,000. Do you understand? Now, imagine I want to now use it on my if node. Since we are doing if today, imagine I want to use it on my if node. And I want, now, yes, good. This is where two things can count. Imagine I want to use it on my if node and I want to say, if budgets, which means normalized budgets, if normalized budget is greater than $10,000, is greater, all right? Greater is greater than $10,000, and word count and business problem is also greater than, look at this, right? Greater than 20. Can you see? Let's try something. But what about business word count? What if it is greater than 50? Okay. It's go to false. So if I want this word count to be greater than 50, you can see how this and works. If I want, okay, fine. The person's budget is more than $10,000. Good, that is okay. But the person's business problem word count is not up to 50. It still goes down to false. Do you understand? Now, this is, I don't know if I lost the people there, but this is actually one of the use cases of this. And sometimes you might, whether you like it or not, I'm telling you for a fact, you might have gotten something like this before. So sometimes you might get a situation where you will have to use this to clean data. So some of you that own a website already, you have a form system, okay? That, you know, so some people asked the first day that what about the second day that what about people who already have a form system on their website? And I told you use webbook, right? Now you're going to use webbook, but mind you that most of the things on your already existing form system, they are unstructured data, right? So if you have a structured data form system on your website, this is where this guy comes into play. You use it to check things. You can even use it to check the email system. You can use it to convert the phone number to add 0 to it, or to add +234, all right? Or check the country. I don't know if you can do that, though. Check the country and add the suffix or prefix rather. Okay, so this is the code node. Now I'm going to give you an assignment to play around with this code node. Use it to build any business solution you can come up with and show me. Do you understand? When I don't blow.
Small.
When I don't blow. But that wasn't difficult, right? You can copy it, take it to AI, tell it what you want. You're not writing code by yourself. Prosper Endurance, don't say "oh more" yet. You're not writing code. Then next class, that is when we will use it extensively. Now, listen, let me give you one tip here. What makes you stand out? I've been to an interview where the interviewer we did not have long conversation, and I passed that interview. The interviewer said it specifically that they normally ask candidates to go through, explain their workflow. But when she saw my code node and what I used it for, there was no need to tell me to go through my workflow anymore. Do you understand? When she saw my workflow and saw how I used the code node to count it and sent it back to the webhook using webhook response to send it back, so there is actually no need. So interview of 30 minutes lasted 15 minutes thereabouts, and that was it. I did not have to start explaining this is what I did. So she said, so the only part she told me was that that I made a mistake here. Now imagine when your interviewer is defending you. She said I made a mistake here, that what I was supposed to do was to do greater than, not greater than or equal to, but I did greater than or equal to. But with what she has seen me do with this code node and the way I did every other thing, right? It means that if I still had 5 minutes or 10 minutes, because that work was time-based. It was time-based. You record yourself, you record your screen while doing it. So and you will not use any AI. All right, you will not use any AI. They will not see any AI on your screen. And you share your entire screen. This is not the one that you share a particular tab. You share your entire screen and submit the video. Understand? So she said that if I still had like 5 minutes, she was one defending me that if I still had like 5 minutes, that she knows that I would have spotted that and corrected, but there's no problem. That is the end of the interview. So what and what and what. You understand? Just ask me where I am, time I would like to work, and all those things. Do you understand? This is because I use the code node very well. And she said there's no other person use that code node. So imagine a situation where your own interviewer that is supposed to criticize you is even defending you where you skipped a detail. Do you understand? I'm very sure this aspect, they're not going to teach you, this thing yet. I'll let you not see what happens. Some people that have gone through AI automation training before, so tell me, did you explore all these aspects? To be honest, I think I have 1 or 2 persons there that say they have taken the training before, but they want to come back and, take it because they saw me teaching on this thing. Now, I'm not praising myself, but I'm just telling you that these are the things you need to use to stand out. Not everything you must use AI. If you go out there, you see people using AI to score you, using AI to do, but you can use something to do it free of charge, which is that code node. All right. So the assignment is, please go and play around. I'm not giving you specific assignment, but just go and play around with the code note. All right, using any if it is lead, if it is data cleaning, just copy it, take it to AI, tell your AI what you want, watch the video, slowly watch the video, what I did. Right, and please, again, please, all of you, register on Ultima Spark. Please, let me say it slowly. Please register on ultimaspark.com. When you register, click on Explore Courses, then you enroll. When you enroll, I will see you and I will accept you. Then you see these videos one by one. All the videos we have, maximum the next 24 hours, you'll see it there. But I'll still be sending it, I'll still be uploading them on the Google Drive, right? So the YouTube aspect of it will come to that Ultima Spark, okay? So that you can easily use it to follow up. So please register on Ultima Spark, then also give me reviews, please. Give me your reviews, give me your testimonials, and yeah, all right, let me see how the things to improve and things not to improve. You understand, please? Are we good? But please.
Yes, sir, please, I want to ask, so we are not linking our this thing with ChatGPT, like to link it like the way we linked it Google Black.
We will get to a point where you will link your ChatGPT.
Okay, sir.
Not now. When we enter AI, no, the rush. Calm down. Yeah, Kirian Bulem.
Yes, just to be clear, the assignment today is just to play around with the node, right?
Yes, and submit by Friday 6 p.m.
So it doesn't matter whatever we want to do on the code node, we should go ahead doing and submit.
Yes, but let me see the outputs. So you screenshot the outputs and upload.
Okay, that's fine.
You screenshot the output and upload. So I will change that assignment. I will edit the assignment form. I will edit the assignment form to add this particular assignment. Right.
Okay, so if I'm getting you correctly, we don't need to screenshot the workflow. Yeah, just the output is what you're interested in.
Yes, I'm interested in seeing the output of the code node. So you open the code node and screenshot that inside of it, so that we see the inputs and the outputs.
Perfect. That's fine.
So that is what I mean. Yeah. Let me see how you used it in anything you did. All right. Is that clear, everybody?
Yeah.
Last
Yes,
rep,
sir.
your voice has gone deep. Your voice has reduced. What happened? Because you have seen code nodes. Don't worry, I'm not going to use much of it actually. But it's just you need to
take light now.
But don't be intimidated. I've so far I've been honestly I've been very, very impressed with the way you guys did this assignment. Very, very extremely impressed. And it's very good, like if you keep that momentum, right? So just keep doing something, keep building something around it. You understand? Keep practicing. Next class, we are going to build do a news channel using the RSS feed, right? Where you will use this code node to clean the data. So we'll now build an actual use case. All right. But I need you to go and play around with this code node use case. Play around with the code node. All right. I call it mailing of N8N. Mailing of N8N. That is what I call it because it's very powerful. Okay. And it's one of your most is going to be one of your most or your tactical nodes that you will use. Trust me. Understand? So I believe that should be all for now. Okay. Always tag me on your always tag me on. You can connect with me. Tag me on your LinkedIn so that I'll see what you posted and can see some I came to to the group and I corrected you people.
Sorry, I asked in the group because some of us don't have your link handle. So I don't know if it's your Chibweze Amuchi that is there or it's another handle.
No, it's the Chibweze. The Chibweze, and that's a new. Yeah, I'm going to send it. That's actually a new handle. They blocked my main LinkedIn. I don't know what their problem was.
So they blocked mine too, and I've been creating different accounts, and they are still blocking it.
Okay. So people are actually complaining of that. I don't know what their problem is.
I don't know what their problem is. They have blocked like 4 accounts recently.
Yeah. Your case is different.
Sorry about that.
At first, I thought it was my IP. I don't know if I should use another phone.
Class rep, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say probably sometimes when they see that you've got 2 different LinkedIn accounts, sometimes they just kind of block one. And if you can sometimes, for me, if you can use incognito mode and like Nancy mentioned, your IP address, if you can find a way that it's not obvious.
So mine was not even that. Mine was that one day I was in a meeting. Somewhere, and I got a notification that my profile picture has been changed. My eye first blow. I clean eye first like this. Check. A LinkedIn profile picture don't come out. My phone number has been changed. My password has been changed. I was just receiving notifications. I clean eye again. Say, is it my my LinkedIn or what? The person changed everything, changed it. I wrote to LinkedIn. Like I actually wrote to them. I had to recover the account, then started setting it up again. I left it for 2 weeks. That was in November. This is my account, and I created it in December, if I'm not mistaken. I left it for like 2 weeks in November. Then the day I said, let me now log in, accounts has been blocked. I wrote to them. They said my account that they had to shut down my account. Irregular activity. I asked them, what is irregular activity? I complained to you people, and you people recovered my account 2 weeks ago. So what is irregular activity? They said they cannot tell me what it is, but I violated. Yeah. I had a long conversation with them. I told them it is my right to know the violation I did. So what is that violation? They said they cannot tell me. They kept on saying they cannot tell me the violation, but they cannot release my account to me again. I just know that. So if they lock this my next one, I will just know that I'm leaving LinkedIn. But that one, but Nancy, your own is a special case. I don't know why they keep locking up to 4 accounts of yours.
I don't know. Up to 4 accounts. I don't know what I did to them. I'll try and create a new one this week.
Okay. All right.